Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite, senhores. Voltamos aqui para dar continuidade à nossa missão, que é achar o Pontífice Temac. Sei lá se é Temac.
Yes, exactly. It's like
when someone insults you, you want to
Aquilo.
just
Keeper
Giving me a lot to
Aquilus,
think about.
can we have a moment?
Oh, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh, well, what's on both your minds? Oh, yeah. How humanity comes together. How we are to love each other even as our universe becomes even more complex.
That's not exactly what we mean. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something secret?
Perhaps we should talk about this inside.
É um coração. Eu preciso upar meus levels. Mais um ponto de habilidade. Então, desbloqueio. Esses gorros. Cara, que ridículo esse gorro.
Now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
They're like nothing we've ever seen, Keeper. Gravitational distortion, sub-audio harmonic sequencing, unidentifiable energy fluctuations.
I caught half of that. So, these things are unusual? Even in your experience? There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe. Beyond rational thought. We enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become, and yet the risk is made anyway. So you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take you. And it's brought you here. I think I can. If you're willing to find your way in the dark for a bit longer, I can give you a path to discovering its meaning. There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity. I always thought of it as just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more. In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun, and he gave them each a part of the truth. Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation of infinitum addendum, his addition or contribution to the infinite. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code, a way of finding the pilgrim again, or at least his grave? Yes, something must be there. I just can't put my finger on it. Maybe the answer will become clear when we have more. The House of Enlightenment and Varun have versions of this story. The enlightened work out of the well here in New Atlantis, helping the poorest citizens find a better life for themselves. Varun worshippers are more enigmatic, but there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attacking UC ships. I visited her a couple of times. Hopefully she'll be willing to talk to you as well.
I'll stay here with the Keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
Nossa. Olha que tempinho demorado pra esperar, hein? Passar. Não era pra me roubar. Eu roubei o cara. Nossa. Apertei o botão errado. Vamos ver quanto tempo tem que esperar, cara. Pelo amor. Tô fazendo cagada aqui, né? Certeza. Depois de roubar o velho. Tinha que ele ficou com ódio ali.
a shame House Maroon abandoned their embassy. I bet we could have learned a lot from one another.
Locked.
Yes? You needed something?
Just one quiet day. Not too much to ask for.
Jetpack damaged or something?
Were thrown out the window and a chaotic battle ensued. After all, system forces arrived.
É de verde.
Sounds like a bad idea to me.
We're doing the best we can here. That's all we can ever do. Well, that's what I'm here for. Let's see what we're dealing with. You need a bit of... We'll do some cleaning. There you go. More or less good as new. We're no reliant...
How are you holding up? I'm hanging in there. Right now, I've got...
Don't have much of a... We've scraped by for...
But hey,
Okay.
if life was simple, it would be boring.
Funny story about that. Over time, the walls and the sea...
Voltou.
3 gunshots. I'm not exactly over...
I know your type. The freewheel and spacing.
Acho que não.
Personally, all this stuff is legit. Absolutely. Take your time.
Ah, o cara tem uns bagulho de ajuda aqui.
Look around. You see them sometime, but that's all.
Olha lá.
A lot of people will tell you me, but hey, you need something else, I'll be here.
Doing okay? I know it's been a rough week.
I'm doing okay.
One of my friends is going into the well. He says it's not as bad as
Welcome to the House of Enlightenment. If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, we're not? Sorry. Can I help you?
We don't mean to be intrusive. Any information you could provide would be very useful.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity pilgrim. But since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to what Aquilus is describing. A man walks into the first House of Enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of do that. Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again. Always happy to help. If you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of aid efforts to coordinate.
There's something I need to talk to you about.
Deixa eu ver.
It's amazing what passes as art nowadays.
Hi there! Thanks for stopping in. Feel free to look around. I can take care of transactions, and if you've got questions, just ask. Thanks. It's hard work, but it all pays off in the end. And I can't take all the credit. Gerhardt, my business partner, he does so much of the work behind the scenes. If it weren't for him, I don't know where we'd be now. Oh, please, take a look.
Ooh, nice. Não sei porque que vou botar com um facão na mão, mas tudo bem. Comprar tudo. pra ter comprado.
Thanks for shopping at Jemison Mercantile.
Cabeça.
Hello. Thanks for choosing Terrible. Certainly. Please take your time.
A manager. I should be managing.
Well, manager. Hello.
Cabeça. O que vem aqui? Viewport.
Excuse me.
Comida.
Good to see you again. Can I get you something?
Eu já vi você.
Hey there. Always nice to see. Listen, that worked for you? Let me know if there's anything I can. Sure thing. What?
Pinga. Tá tudo.
Catch you later. Hey there.
Vai
Hope
começar
life
pra...
See you around.
Hi, how are you?
Ei.
Looks like you got some fines to clear up. I've got special orders. You're coming with me. Prepare for immediate transport to our vessel. I've been authorized to inform you that you're being transferred to the UC Vigilance. You'll find out more when you get there. Other than that, I'm not at liberty to divulge any additional information. We have orders to transport you and your vessel to your final destination, the UC Vigilance. Any deviation from those orders on your part will be considered an act of hostility and will be met with aggressive force. Smart decision. Stand by to be transferred.
Ué, que porra é essa?
I'll head to my crew position.
Preso?
When you have a moment.
I'm telling you, the commander's got plans for this loser. Why else would he be going through all this trouble? I still don't understand why he trusts a criminal. Seems like too much of a risk. Stop worrying and keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back. You just sit tight. The commander wants to have a little chat. The prisoner's ready, sir.
Se me mexer, tô amarrado.
I hope you're comfortable. We have a lot to discuss. Not this time. So, let me see what we're working with here. Says here that you spent several years as a soldier. That means you understand how to respect the chain of command. Good. I also see that you've mined on Vectera, and now you're with Constellation. You've certainly been quite busy. Oh, and look at that. Right at the bottom of this list is the criminal incident that landed you in my crosshairs. I will, when I'm ready. Now that we have that out of the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Commander Kibwe Ikande, and I'm in charge of this operation for UC SysDev. Are you familiar with what we do? UC SysDef is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle the big picture stuff, we deal with a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet. That convict is where you enter the picture. No, you don't. Not yet, anyway. We've been prodding at the Crimson Fleet for years, trying to take them down one ship at a time. But we barely scratched the surface. If we can get someone on the inside, we'll have a shot at finding a loose thread we can pull to bring it all down. Not for me. For yourself. Look, I'm going to make this simple. Agree to work for UC SysDef, and together we take down the Crimson Fleet. Refuse, and I tell these guys to throw you into the nearest lockup. Might even tack on an extra few hundred credits to your fine. Well, first of all, we'll forget about the infraction that landed you on the Vigilance. Wipe the slate clean. Better still, depending on how well you do your job, we'll even kick in a few extra credits to offset any costs that the operation will incur. Or, you can throw all that away and end up back in jail with a hefty fine attached. I'm not coercing you into doing anything. I'm simply giving you a chance to redeem yourself. So, what do you say? You going to work with me, or should I find someone else?
E agora?
You aren't leaving until I have an answer. Smart choice. I'm going to have one of my men escort you to the operations center. I strongly suggest that you don't give him any trouble. And don't bother trying to leave the ship. I think you'll find all access to the docking area is fully restricted.
Maravilha. Eu tô armado. O que foi?
All right, let's go.
Não vai, Zé Valo?
So, you took the op instead of serving the time. Gonna be the commander's new mole, huh? Going in all alone, infiltrating a bunch of pirates. You've got a lot of guts.
Okay.
Still, it makes you wonder, especially with the stories that go around. Like the one about how the fleet deals with informants by lashing them to the hull of a ship, and then slowly letting the air out of their suit. Could you imagine a worse way to go? I know I couldn't. But I wouldn't worry about it. Since the commander handpicked you, I'm guessing you can hold your breath for a really long time, right? All right. This is as far as I go. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Ikande should be waiting for you.
Caramba. O que? Tá errado? Comandante, tá tudo errado.
Howdy.
Olha que boca. Cadê?
Yes? Hey.
Ah, lá. Tô aqui
Yes, what?
esperando. Valeu.
Ah, there you are. Excellent. Now that we've established your level of cooperation with us, I want to introduce you to your new home.
Yes,
This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance. SysDef's nerve center, dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet. Which is precisely why we're taking a more clandestine approach. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse. Good. I have just the right place for you to start. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention. You'd better hope so. Saoirse won't be easy to dupe. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know. Eager to get going? Good. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down. I wouldn't expect any less. Look, before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control. To put it simply, you can't go into every situation with guns blazing. Think before you act. Calculate what you're doing and pull the trigger only when it's absolutely necessary. At the end of the day, your primary goal is taking down the Crimson Fleet. That's the greater good. That's what I wanted to hear. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence-gathering portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and good luck.
Tá bom, coisa linda.
Good luck.
Operação secreta.
Pardon.
É, garotas, fazemos parte do 007 agora. Porém, vou fazer um fast travel aqui, que eu tô cansado. Nossa, eu tô numa pedra. Que legal, parabéns. Pô, não funciona nada aqui, né? Eu tô...
Yes. Okay, hello.
What? Os caras me chuparam. Eu quero dar uns tiros. Eu quero ir embora. Onde que eu vou embora? Botão para sair.
Pardon.
É. Da saída.
Hey.
Tiro.
Go on. I wouldn't leave the commander waiting.
Quero vazar. ponte. Deixa por aqui.
Yes?
Bora. Vou embora.
Howdy.
Hello?
Vai dar merda aqui, cara. Eu não consigo nem sair.
Commander Ikonde runs a tunnel.
When you have
Bora.
of course. Oof, I'm a bit busy at the moment, but we'll talk later, okay?
Excuse me.
Excuse me, sorry.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Vai me agir, cara. Não. Vou trocar a bala aí. Porto da acoplagem ocupado. É esse mesmo. Então, cara. Sou padoca aqui.
Ikonde's on level 2. Try not to touch anything until he actually clears you.
Oh, não acredito. Tem que fazer essa missão. Me sair. Cadê? Operação secreta, tá maravilhoso. Vamos conversar com a tenente, vai. Vamos deixar eu sair daqui antes disso.
Howdy. I thought it was clear that Lieutenant Todd should be on next.
All right. We don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood?
Maravilhoso.
Well, you better. Commander Akonde's entire operation is resting on your shoulders. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig. For the sake of the settled systems, I hope you're right. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard. Yes. Of course. I'm sorry if I brought up any painful memories. Oh, one last thing. A bit of good news, actually. Commander Akonde has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return, as compensation for your efforts. It's not generous, it's motivational. Commander Akonde's idea. All right. We've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden, and with any luck, she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet. That should do it. You're dismissed. Let me know if you need anything else.
Vai embora.
Pardon.
Ai, moças. Agora sim, rapaz. Tinha que falar com a bonita. É, apartamento. Agora eu. Da missão. Maravilha, vamos sair daqui.
Counted for. We're ready to depart.
Muita coisa acontecendo.
When you have a moment, I'd like to see.
Gostei desse capacete. Caramba, hein?
I think I'm gonna take the kids off-world.
Porra, 2 horas. Fomos presos. Deu um tiro. Quase morrendo. Ah não, cara. Vamos para o aeroporto de novo, né? Por que já não desci no aeroporto?
Sooner we get to Montero Luna, the better.
Oh, I've always liked that statue. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Falo nada.
I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
Ah, tá demorando pra entrar nesse bagulho. Ou no cu.
People joke. Say those
Olha, cara, eu sou da organização secreta. Ah, ótimo.
A visitor? I have all the company I need. He knows not the truth. He sends another to ask more incessant questions.
Perhaps you should hear us out before you decide to cast judgment.
The Great Serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all but the faithful will be made as dust. That is the truth. No more, no less.
Anything you could tell us would be tremendously helpful.
Yes, I have spoken to your keeper about this. I will tell you what I told him, and then you will leave me. Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the Great Serpent, he does not hesitate. He cuts the unbeliever down. But the unbeliever returns, Jinan realizes the Great Serpent is testing him, and he will not be found wanting. 4 times they fight. Over 120 rotations of the planet they are on. Remember these 4 battles, Jinan, the unbeliever says. Remember these 120 rotations. But Jinan knows this is blasphemy, and delivers the killing blow. That is all. Then we are done. Leave me.
When you have a moment, I'd like to speak to you.
Epa! Olha a porta que eu já tava.
We should have a talk. When you have the time, of course.
Okay.
Something you need? Look, I wanted to take this off. The fact that you risked your life to save me, Well, yes, of course. But that's beside the point. My only wish is that my rescue hadn't come at the expense of Barrett's life. He was one of my closest colleagues, and a cherished...
Tá bom.
I really wish I could believe that. Our charter at Yet all the... Had I not pushed to sue? Of course I can. Damn it!
Tá bom.
Why?
Tá bom.
We're explorers. Yet in return...
Chega-me.
No. The question is, do we stop exploring? I suppose you're right. Well, I'm sorry, Thank you. Hearing you say that makes me feel a lot less guilty about... Well, when you have a few moments, there's something
Chega.
Remember Well, just because I wasn't...
Você, velho.
Get whatever you need for the trip to Montera Luna. See you.
Oh.
I've flown across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft.
Mas fala, rapaz do céu. Nossa, achei que ia sair no limbo.
Can you imagine how many credits flow through this place? Figuratively, of course.
Olha, cara.
Well, you're back. What did you... What else did you learn? Was there anything else? If there really is a look... Now. Yes. Let's see. Infinite. Yes, that's it. And from there, before you go, I know you're... but what makes something like that?
Oh, Jesus.
And so you think this were...
With all due respect.
Well...
I have something I need to discuss with you.
Ignum 2, aí, maravilhoso. Maravilhoso, vamos trocar esse capacete aqui. Eu tô ficando louco com esse capacete. Muito feio. Interessa, acho que... Se é X, o que é isso que parece um negócio de catar abelha? Até esse é a melhor condição. Tô nem aí pra status, tá? Parece que preto. Vai ser uma vespa. Isso aí. Muito bem, senhoras e senhores, ficamos por aqui hoje. Deverasmente cansativo essas andanças. Até mais e fiquem com Deus. O dia que eu ter